Hi, my name is Lorrie. Welcome to my sewing channel. We are quilters. We are back in West Virginia. It was a whirlwind trip. It always is. This weekend, well, by the time you see this, it will already be past, and I will share some highlights. I am back here for quilt camp at Camp Frame, and we went from winter in Michigan, where it was cold and rainy, and we are back in the land of summer, where it is hot. Yesterday it was 83 degrees when we got here. When we left Michigan, it was 42. So now I'm back to sleeveless, and it is heating up. It is only supposed to get to, my neighbor said, only supposed to get to 80. Well, I don't have air conditioning in either house, so I am just going to look rather warm. We are going to talk about Hawaiian applique today. I have some blocks to show you that I made, and last Friday I showed you one that Marion in Oregon had made. Let me pop that up here again so that you can see it. And now to talk about this is how I first learned to applique, were blocks that looked very Hawaiian. So here is the actual pattern. It is called From Aunt Sally's Quilt, Historic Shepherdstown, because I am in the Eastern Panhandle near Shepherdstown, Virginia, near Harper's Ferry. Close enough, a good 20-30 miles. But that was the pattern we used, or didn't use exactly. So I modified that to make me happy and came up with other patterns. I figure I need 12 of these blocks to make a good size quilt. I have 7 blocks done. So maybe this will be the summer. I think we're coming up on a decade. Maybe a little more since I made the first block in blue. So I have, and these are made from freezer paper, and this one is labeled purple. I love cutting snowflakes out of freezer paper, so this was, I'd rather make patterns than sit down at the time, sit down and do the work. I think that I am going to work on a blue one. So this is the block, and this is as close to, oh, it actually does line up, but I put a heart in it. So that was the first one I made, and we did needle turn applique and marked it with a pen. Well, I can tell which ones of those blocks that I did that way, and I prefer the mark on the back with a pencil and baste. That works so much better, and it's quicker for me to do it that way, and I think more accurate. So we are going to do a Hawaiian block with this piece of freezer paper pattern, and half the fun is folding the paper and cutting. You can make it any shape you want. You don't even really need a pattern. So let's get to making a block. I'm giving this block a good pressing. I've sprayed it with water to help relax the wrinkles, and I'm using steam to press it nice and flat. And then, dun dun dun, I am going to, and it's a nice big square, I'm going to press it in fourths so that I have registration creases. I could baste here if I wanted my creases to be straighter, but I don't. So I'm going to do registration creases. So and I'm going to put them in nice and sharp. So now you can see, if I move my head and shadow out of the way, you can see the nice lines for the registration marks and a fuzzy. Let me turn it over. I am going to work from the back. Now I would like my creation to match that. So I see that the hearts are pointed outward, and this is where the registration marks are. So I'm going to iron on my piece on the back. So that I can mark it with a pencil. And if I line it up here, 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 and here, it will be perfect. Oh, unless I do that to it, and then it won't be perfect. Oh, Nugget is on squirrel patrol. What a grand dog he is. Keeps us safe from every squirrel, bird, and critter. Let me take you to the kitchen counter. I will apologize that my camera angles are not the best because I left my ring light in Michigan. So I am just going to draw around the freezer paper and make myself a basting line like I did in the one with the light box. Except this is even better because I don't need a light source. This is on the back side of the background. Oh, Nugget found his favorite bottle, his favorite toy, a plastic bottle. What makes this technique different is that you are taking your right side of the fabric and you are layering it together with the backing, right side of the fabric, so that the background is all covered. And then you are going to turn it over and baste along those lines. And that is how traditional Hawaiian applique was done. Large piece of fabric with another large piece of fabric covering it, and it's just the same as any other applique. So let me get busy basting this together, and I will see you back here later. I am using a hand quilting weight cotton thread, so it makes nicer little puncture marks. And I am starting from the center with my basting and working my way out to the outside edges. I swore to myself that I would never ever do a car video, ever. But we are here in Virginia and it is warm. Dan went into the store. Nugget is a nervous wreck because he's a COVID baby and has never been left by himself. Just a little bit spoiled. Listen to him. Listen to him. He's crazy. So while Dan is in the store, I am going to sit in the car with the windows down and the crazy little dog who has barked himself thirsty. And I am going to finish with the basting process because I need something to do while I sit here. And I'm going to have this all ready for you. Let me show you how far I am. If I lay this up on the dashboard, you can see the white quilting thread is showing up very nicely on this side. When I have it all done, I'll be able to trim it down so we can actually start, of course, after we let it sit for 12 to 24 hours, we can actually start to do the applique. The rest of this technique is just like the last one. You trim it out. I trim it even thinner. I turn it down, and I needle turn applique, just like the last part. Here's my progress on the first half of this block so far. Next Monday, we continue the series with reverse applique with the hearts. See you on Wednesday for Build a Block. Thank you for watching, as always. Like and subscribe to help me build my channel.